Test, test. Thanks for coming. Test, test, test. Come on in. Don't be afraid to sit in the front row. This is a workshop. I hope you all know that and realize it. So I hope you have your phone, your social media accounts. I will probably grab a number of you, your pages, and give you a good audit of things that I look for to help people get better reach and such like that. So I'll just have you be a little bit more ready with your phone. This is one of those ones, I don't want your phone away, I want it present. Unless you're texting each other about how bad this was, then it's different. All right, we ready to start this, Jessica? Yes. You think we can? All right, we're 5 minutes late. My name's Aaron Williams. I manage 2 gyms, and you're like, why the hell are you at a fishing event? I have been posting about my father for the past 6 years straight, and then I started a small social media business that turned into a bunch of people wanted to hire me, and I turned a lot of people down, and I don't normally share a lot of this stuff that I do today, so if you're here, you're gonna get hopefully an upper leg on the competition. I believe that there is no secrets, just secret fishing spots. Which with his audience, I gotta be a little bit more careful of if we're catching fish, I can't really put it on the internet right away, because if it was up to me, it'd go on the internet instantly. So, what we're gonna learn today, a little bit more about my background, the different mindsets towards social media and what that means, the different relationships, not just getting a huge audience. Again, with his following, he's got a very big audience. It's not necessarily about the following count, it's more or less about the reach that you're gonna get on every post. Nowadays, social media is not social media, it's interest media. Does anybody know what interest media is? I'm going to need participation on this. Nobody knows what interest media is. Everybody knows what social media is, right? All right, so everybody's here for a fishing expo. Fishing is something you like and enjoy probably. So if you like that, you probably see a lot of it on your feed, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Whatever you're searching is what you're interested in, and the algorithm is going to feed that, right? So I'm going to go a little bit more into that. I'm going to explain brand clarity and how to drive more value for your future customers, the people that are already customer of yours, and other people that are around you that support you. I'm going to go through Facebook pretty in depth today. Facebook is kind of the biggest one of all of them, in my opinion. They're all important in their respective aspects, but I'll go and touch on all that. And then I will talk about some apps that I use and why I use them. I'm sure that there's other apps out there that I'm not aware of that you might be using. I think all the different apps and stuff out there are great tools. It depends how you use them. And then we'll go a little bit more Q&A, so a lot of question answer. So I can pull up each individual page you want in front of everybody as long as you feel comfortable to do that. I'm going to do a little bit of a fun little thing with my sister. She's going to help me with that. All right. So a little bit of my background outside of me working at a gym. I have a master's degree in sports business management. It pained me coming to Columbus, Ohio for one reason. I went to the University of Alabama. So anybody that's an Ohio State fan, it's a very tough thing for me to acknowledge coming here. I worked with the football team when I was there, so I was in the weight room for 2 years. I worked with people like Derrick Henry. There's a couple guys in the Super Bowl that I worked with. I worked with the O&D linemen. Again, nothing related to what I'm doing now. I just have a passion for helping people, teaching people. I like to educate people. In the gym environment, obviously I get to dictate everything. I get to tell you, squat a little bit lower, go a little bit longer. This is a little bit different environment. I can't make you guys do anything today. My goal is to hopefully inspire and motivate you to do more. I know that's not what you want to hear is do more, but that's my goal today is changing your mindset on volume is critical. In a gym environment, consistency is key. You hear that with everything in life, right? So if you're consistent with your social media, you're going to get a lot more business, you're going to have a lot more people's attention, you're going to be able to generate a lot more opportunities. Like today, this is an opportunity I had because David reached out to me and we talked for months on end, and he liked what he heard and he said, all right, let's do a little workshop seminar. We've never done this before, and here we are today. Okay, so mindset, what does that mean? Does anybody understand what mindset means? I need somebody to tell me what mindset means to them with their social media presence. You guys did anybody get their coffee this morning? Holy cow. All right, mindset, positivity and effort. Those are the two things you can control in life. That's what Nick Saban always talked about. Mindset is the most important part to your business. There's days that you do not want to post anything. Is that correct? Can everybody agree with me? You have missed days of posting. Who has posted every day for a couple of years? I love you. I love you guys. So, okay. All right. Everybody else? Nobody? Okay. Have you guys seen value in posting every day? Have you seen new opportunities come from that? Okay? Even if it's one a day, there's different tactics like scheduling posts. Obviously, everybody's busy here. If you're running a bait store, you're obviously dealing a lot of hand-to-hand combat. Is anybody familiar with the app called Whatnot? Okay? Have anybody sold anything on Whatnot? Okay? 2 people. If you don't know what Whatnot is today, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself with apps. That is something you should all probably play around with. I do a lot of sports cards, so pulling into the driveway today was interesting because I saw that there's a sports card convention. I was like, son of a gun, I could have sold some LeBron James rookie cards today. But we're here to talk social media. Okay, so building relationships. So this is me building a relationship with you. Obviously, maybe you've never heard of me, you don't know a damn thing about me. Maybe you've seen that guy over there on Facebook religiously because I put a lot of effort in making him popular on the internet because I know it leads to a lot more business things. So, if somebody comes to your booth today, you acknowledge that they exist, right? Okay? If somebody comments on your Facebook, a lot of times people don't comment back, right? That's rude. They took 10 seconds out of their day to write something, whether it was really nasty or really nice. Obviously, you're going to have that if you're on the internet. But you need to build relationships because people will remember the effort that you put in because you reach back. So, again, he didn't have the follow. He started with 0 followers. Now we got a lot, right? Doesn't matter about the following, but I've stayed with the framework of building a relationship from day one. So almost all new people I see that comment, we engage with. Yes, there's going to be people that comment over and over and over and over again. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with those folks. They're super fans. That's okay. We love that too. But it's important to hand-to-hand combat, right? Everything's digital now. Everybody's got a cell phone. It's the most powerful tool in your pocket. We need to use it. Everybody takes pictures and videos. All right. All right, brand. What is brand? Everybody has a brand here. Everybody's got a logo. Everybody's got a shirt, something on their package that shows something of who they are and what they're all about. Have you guys ever seen that logo on the internet? Where have you seen that logo? I want to know. Facebook? Where else? TikTok? Have anybody seen that logo on TikTok? Okay, has anybody ever seen this on LinkedIn? Okay, because there's different audiences on different platforms, right? So if you're not on all the platforms, you're missing opportunities. Okay, again, I'm going to focus more on Facebook today, but having an account on every single platform will build more brand awareness. Your brand is everything. Brands lead to sales. Today you're trying to sell a lot of stuff. If you put months on end building your brand, more people will come to your booth. If you put no effort into that and just hope to have a really good show, you might. You might have a really nice setup. You got something that catches somebody's attention, a really good product. Obviously, a really good product leads to a really good brand. Execution is the difference, though. You know, if you have a really good product and you're wasting a lot of time selling it because people are walking by, well, you missed a lot of sales, right? We got a question. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I think David put on this event. Shouldn't he be the only one that markets this Expo?
I think everybody should market. So my first thing I'd like to do, since we're talking about marketing, all right, I need my assistant to hand out some of the good, this is not freebies, I'm sorry, we couldn't afford that this year, maybe next year. These are some different products that we brought to the show. This one is the Kill Zone. That's a good friend of ours. The Firefly pointer board lights, our Rattling Wasp, Magnetco, our Lady Coots clothing, our Coots caps, and then obviously I have my sticker, my business card, my information. We have some magnets with American flags. So what we're trying to do out of this, we're trying to market, right? So I want everybody to take out their phone if you have a product on the table, and I'd like you to take a picture of that product, okay? Just take a picture of it. If you don't want to participate and actually do what I'm going to tell you to do, that's okay too, but I just want you to get the idea of it. So obviously I have a number of people here, right? So why are we doing this, Jess?
we are trying to build relationships and connect each of you with one another. It's all about the reach.
So, about the reach, okay? So obviously you guys have your own networks built that we don't have any connection with, right? So the Coots Trollmaster rods, everybody thinks my father's business is lures. These are all different things that we're associated with and sell that are not lures. Yes, besides the one lure that we have. So everybody thinks we're a lure company, right? Okay, so what we did is build brand. That's why we designed t-shirts, because everybody walks around, it's a walking billboard, okay? And then what happens is, because then they start seeing goofy videos, funny videos, videos of us talking about ice conditions in Lake Winnebago, for example, we're providing value for other people in different forms. Entertainment, we have a segment called Coots Kitchen, which is my mother behind there in the pink. We started that segment because everybody loves food, or our family does anyways. So all these different things, we just kept, because you're gonna get different markets of people that are interested in that. Not everybody here is interested in cats, right? Not everybody here is interested in Coots Kitchen, what the hell he's cooking that night, right? But you might love his lures. So just because one person doesn't like one thing doesn't mean that they're not going to be a consumer of yours. That is brand awareness, okay? And then get a little bit about the value-driven content. So a lot of times being strategic about what you post online obviously matters. So if we're trying to introduce clothing, what do you think I'm going to do all weekend? We're all wearing the clothing. I'm going to take as many dang pictures of people that come up to them asking for a photo. Every show we go to, people ask for a photo of them. To me, it's the best thing in the world because it's cool. It's living proof what I'm doing is working for him because people buy from who they like and who they trust. So if you're afraid to be on camera, nobody knows who you are and they don't trust you. And then it makes me wonder what the heck you're doing behind closed doors, right? So the more that you're out there, as vulnerable as that is, the more potential relationships you're going to build. And then you can provide more value for other people. Does that all make sense? Yeah. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Who brought her? Okay, what do you got?
So you took a picture of the Coots Lure products.
Yep.
Now, most likely, you're wearing a product of your own, right?
Yep.
Take a picture of it.
Yep.
We're going to show you how to collaborate between the two different businesses.
Yep.
Perfect.
So I love it. Selfies are great.
Selfies, if you want me to take a picture of you and your crew, wave your hand and I'll come on over.
And then I also want to take a picture of all you as a selfie with me, and I'll explain why I'm doing that too. All right, I might not get everybody, but that's okay. All right, everybody smile. 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to post a lot all day, every day. To me, the content is more valuable than the sales that we get in this show. I know you're like, holy shit, we paid a lot of money to get a hotel, the gas to get here, the products, all that. And I just said the videos I take today are more valuable, right? Because I'm looking at the next few months of people buying stuff from us randomly that maybe discovered us today and didn't get a chance to come to our booth. Maybe the booth was busy when he came by. They're like, that guy was a good guy. I learned a lot of shit. I want to support him, so I'm going to buy a hat. I'm gonna buy a shirt. I'm gonna buy a lure. It's my grandma's birthday and she loves pink. Or it's my kid's birthday in 6 months. You never know when somebody's gonna buy from you. So if you're not on the internet, nobody knows you exist. But if you're on the internet every damn day, they know who you are. All right, some apps that I use and why. Who all uses Meta Business Suite? Okay, we got a couple. Why is Meta Business Suite so valuable? For busy people, you can schedule posts, right? So I have 9 different clients. I don't want to really tell you who I all do. I like to be behind the scenes, so it's very rare that I'm out and about like this, obviously, unless it's me talking to people individually. But 9 people, so I'm a busy guy, and I manage 2 gyms and have personal training. I set people up with personal training and all that, right? And I got a 3-day show, and I got a family at home, so I got to be organized. So a lot of those clients that pay me to post on their behalf and market them, I have them all scheduled out through next week and the week after. It's because I know I'm going to get a lot of content this week, so I'm going to need next week to post a lot, okay? And the cool thing, obviously, for David having me here, he knows he's going to get a hell of a lot of marketing out of me because I'm going to post so much about this show that people in the Wisconsin network maybe had never heard of this show. It might be familiar to you, but in different markets, they may never have heard the show. I had plenty of friends that said, why the hell are you going to Columbus? Everybody knows us for going to St. Paul, the ice show up there, and then the Wisconsin Ice Fishing Expo, and then the Madison show. But obviously, East Coast, a little bit different market. There's a lot of bass fishermen, you know? So we do a lot more walleye in that area, a lot more ice fishings there. Okay, so Meta Business Suite is great for scheduling. A lot of people like to connect it with their Instagram. That is completely fine. I'm not a huge fan of it. If I need to be more efficient, I will do it. I'm not saying I don't do it. The reason why I say, like if somebody posts on Instagram and Facebook, it goes out at the same time, right? Facebook bought Instagram. Instagram is still its own identity. You gotta remember that. So they have different little nuances on that platform versus Facebook. If you have a Facebook account and then a business doesn't have a Instagram, well, the tag's gonna look a little silly, and I'm gonna look at it and go, oh, that's the person didn't tag them right. So there's little things there. All right, another app. All right, who all has heard of ChatGPT? Okay, we got some people that have not. Who uses it every day? Okay. Everybody needs to use it every damn day. After this little talk, you need to put it on your phone. You are busy. You want to be more efficient, right? ChatGPT is the most efficient thing you can use. It is your friend that you're going to talk to about your business every damn day. It's going to give you, you'll probably write your next Christmas card with it, right? You're probably going to write a sympathy card to somebody with it. You're probably going to use it for something that's not related to your business at all because of it. Your next travel, you're going to probably make an itinerary with it that you can print because you can create it into a document. It's about the creativity nowadays, all right, and how you can be more efficient. ChatGPT is the #1 thing. Obviously, there's other AI platforms. I don't care about your opinion if you like it or you don't. It's here. It's one of those things. The internet's great, and it's also bad. AI is good, it's also bad. It'll probably drain Lake Erie, and it is what it is. But if you're not using it, you're not going to have a leg up on other people because other people are going to use it, regardless of your thoughts. There's an app called Sora, which is a fun little AI app. You've probably seen Get Ugly Fishing. Is he here right now? He's been posting like crazy on that app. We've been utilizing that. But it's called Sora. I would look into that as well because Disney just invested about $1 billion into it, meaning you should probably look into it because if Disney's involved with it, they're really good at making money. And then eventually you're going to, yes, sir?
How do you spell that?
Sora is S-O-R-A. Put it this way, it's a TikTok scroll that's all AI content. If I want my dad to fly, I'll say, I want Coot to fly in the air next to a spaceship. Whatever the hell you want to do, you can create. It'll get better and better, and then once Disney gets involved, you're going to be doing, I'm going fishing with Mickey Mouse today. And then somebody's going to think that's hilarious, and that has never seen you, and then all of a sudden, they love Mickey Mouse, and then now they're a fan of yours. That's how you grow the business.
What about AI? You
AI.
gotta click on it for Facebook to confirm.
Yes,
the
so on Facebook, they have a little toggle that says AI info. A lot of people go, holy shit, Coot, I can't believe that you climbed that tower. Like, how did you do that? Well, he did it. If you looked at the little nuance, and I'll show you on Facebook, there's a little thing that says AI info. Same thing on Instagram. If you post on TikTok, you're instantly gonna get an AI, it's their system already knows if it's AI or not. So then you can decipher what's real and fake. If you go on Instagram and you look at your little search area, you're gonna see a lot of fake stuff that you think is real. Same thing with like emails. Yes.
So here's a test. So I typed in ChatGPT, create a social media post about Watch Williams Media giving a presentation at the National Fishing Expo, Columbus, Ohio. So I typed it, I provided the content, right?
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull up something like that in a second here.
Okay.
I'll go. So she's giving an example of how fast I can generate something, which I'll just transition to right now. I did my dad said somebody was interested in me looking at their page. So what I did is I copy and pasted, let me just go, this gentleman, Amped Up Outdoors. I'm gonna copy and paste, go to ChatGPT, and I'm gonna type, make this pop and exciting and full of emojis. And then I'm gonna paste what that person put on their Facebook, and I'm gonna hit generate. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna generate what he already had on Facebook. And it's gonna make it way more, it's gonna make it better, it's gonna make it stand out. Okay, so if you look at this gentleman, this is somebody that we know, so just kind of funny. So if you look at this post, you may think it's okay, you may know the brand, batteries and such, but to me it doesn't stand out at all. Okay, you all fish. What the hell are you trying to do? Is get the fish's attention, right? I'm getting everybody's attention on the internet. So if you use colors, red means stop, right? Subliminally, like when you get to the stop sign, you all stop. You don't just drive through, right? Because you know, stop. When I have more emojis, it's gonna cause somebody that's scrolling on their feed all day, every day, they might go, because I put more effort in that post. So, let me just read it. So, we are proud to work with Cold Snap to offer the best lithium batteries. Thank you for making awesome product and continued support. So, what ChatGPT is going to do, it's going to take that information and it's going to scavenge the internet and probably make it a little bit, because it's going to have more contextual information. So, it says it's reliable, it's cold weather ready, built to perform when it matters most. So, things that might build more trust in somebody buying that product because of those words, right? Does that all make sense? Why that matters, to go that 2 seconds more to make the post better. And even if your post all sucked today, you can go back and edit your post, because people see it at different times. The algorithm shows it however it wants to show in different times. So you might post it today and your best friend might see it in a week from now. So you can still edit your stuff. All right. Canva, has anybody heard of that app? I see the same common hands, I love that, but that's okay. Canva is a paid app. It's for making graphics, so if you don't want to spend $1,000 on a graphic designer, Canva is just a great tool. It's not a necessary tool that you need to buy today. I just think it's a good investment for making YouTube thumbnails, for making graphics about like flyers for a show like this, and if you're creative and like playing around with it, there's a lot more that you can do with it. So that's just another good app. CapCut, has anybody heard of CapCut? Have you heard of CapCut because of TikTok? Because you scroll and you see that thing that says CapCut. They have some type of business arrangement. That's why they're well known. They did what you call a collaboration. That's what we're doing today. When I had you take those photos, we're gonna do some collaborations because I want to give you as much value, but also I want you to get more business from coming to this today, right? So I'll explain when we did the photo thing in a little bit. All right, let me go to that actually. Okay. Okay, so this is our page. Has everybody seen this page on Facebook? Okay, I'd like you all to take those photos that you took of yourself and the product, and I'd like you to post those on the internet. Say whatever the heck you'd like. Obviously, if you have ChatGPT, you can do that too. But just say, I'm at the National Fishing Expo with Coots Lures, blah, blah, blah. And then watch Williams Media. But before you post, you're not going to do anything yet. Let me go to my page. So my page, I just, because my business is watching basically what everybody else is doing. That's kind of why I got the name. My last name's Williams. Watch what I do. Whatever I have on the internet, you should follow in line and hopefully copy and paste in some aspects, right? So, you probably have never seen my page, you don't follow my page, anything like that. Meaning, you're not able to tag me in your post, and you're not able, same thing with the Coots Lures. If you're not following us, you can't tag us the proper way. So, what I mean by that, I'm going to go to an example of our page. So yesterday I posted this photo. You see how it's highlighted in blue. The National Fishing Expos in Columbus. I tagged them the right way because I follow them. If I just try and tag them without following them, it won't show blue. Meaning somebody can click on it, essentially, right? Okay, every single time you make a post, let me ask this. When you make a post on any platform, Facebook, Instagram, but let's focus a little more on Facebook, I guess, do you guys tag a location? Does anybody tag a location every single post? One person, right? Every single post, 2 people, 3 people, okay, maybe 4, okay, and then there's what, 40 people here. Okay, why do you think I'm spending so much time on talking about tagging a location? Okay, all right, what this gentleman said is it opens it up for a lot more area of reach. So, this building is the fairgrounds, I believe, if I'm correct on that. Okay, I tagged Columbus, Ohio. I did not tag this building intentionally. If you go to tag the location of Columbus, Ohio, it says there's 2.3 million people in this area, blah, 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 right? There's not going to be 2.3 million people in this building this weekend. We hope so. So I'm trying to get more attention from the Columbus surrounding area to maybe trigger them to come to the show. If I tag this building, there's less people in this building. There's no correct way to do it, but I'm looking at how can I get more reach. I think a combination is the true answer for 2 reasons. If you're all here in this building, you're probably going to see a lot more of this content because the algorithm's going to feed you it. Because you're going to be all tagging this building, right? So that's why I'm tagging this building, is to get your guys' attention. Because half of you have never heard of us, half of you have. Then I'm tagging Columbus on a different post to get new reach. Does that make sense? Because Nancy Smith in Port Clinton, Ohio, has her Facebook set up. That's where she's from. So she's going to get suggested content from that region. That is why it's so dang important that you tag a location every dang time. If you're fishing and you don't want to give up your spots, I totally respect that. I get that. Tag the damn state. You can tag the state of Ohio, you can tag the state of Minnesota, you can tag Wisconsin. Tag a location is all I want you to do. Every single post. That extra little bit matters. It's all in the details when you post. Okay? Another thing, as you can see, I use this little emoji showing I was excited. You want to use the features on the platform. They're there for a damn reason. If you use what they offer you, they will push your stuff further, right? I don't do it on every post, I do it here and there, right? You can see I have 3 other people tagged in it. That matters, because now I get their audiences. Who has made a Facebook post and has done a collaboration? Who understands what a collaboration is? Okay? Everybody here has probably tagged another person or tagged another business, right? You tag them like you were with them, whatever. It is really important if you're trying to market yourself at a higher level to do a collaboration, because when I get a collaboration notification, I have to accept or decline it. okay? Meaning, it's an important thing for Facebook to recognize that we accepted it, so they're gonna have shared audience. So when I had you take that picture of yourself and our product, I want you guys to type in Coots Lures. The reason why I'm not doing me is because Coots Lures has a bigger audience. So you're gonna get our audience if you post a photo of us, we're gonna accept it because I'm gonna accept it, okay? That's good business. That's me helping your page, okay? If you just have 50 followers, great. You get an audience of, let's see, what are we at? Of 267,000 followers. So, you literally didn't pay us anything. All you did was show up to this powwow, right? And I'm allowing you access to a lot more following that I built for 6 years. Why? Because hopefully that builds some confidence in us and builds trust. But also I want to help people. That's what we've been doing for 6 straight years, is helping small businesses grow by teaching them the different tactics. Next thing that he remembers all the time, that's about the only thing he remembers about what to do on social media, is, all right, you see how I hovered over the like button. All right, every time you're doom scrolling on your whatever account on Facebook, do you guys like or heart the post? Raise your hand if you like post. All right, raise your hand if every single time you see somebody you like, you heart it. Okay, because you're a good person. And other people are not. That's why, right? Just kidding, that's not why. Okay, if you start teaching people, and this is where I was kind of jabbing at him, if you teach people how to heart the post, your post will do better. Because it takes longer to slide over to the heart. So if you put, and you encourage your audience to heart all your damn posts, it's gonna be higher on the feed. More people are gonna see it. So have you ever seen somebody get married and all of a sudden they're on the top of your feed, everybody's commenting, sharing, and hearting, and it's right on the top of your feed? That's why. Facebook recognizes the heart as more important, okay? So if somebody's getting made fun of, there's a lot more laughing emojis. That's why those do better, because it's entertainment value, right? Somebody passes away, you know, people are using the care button. That's higher in the algorithm. So if you think about every time you post, you encourage your people, your best supporters, to always heart it, your page will do better, essentially. And I'll show you how much better. So after doing this for a long time, so right now we got some red. That's about 23,378,000 views on our page. Again, we have 200,000 followers, and that is 23 million with an M. I average easily over 20 million views every month on Facebook alone. Okay, it's not about the followers, it's about the reach. Because of these tactics I'm teaching you right here. It's nothing crazy, it's just very simple discipline of posting religiously, tagging a location, and getting people to buy in as far as hearting and sharing and commenting. All right, let me show you an example of some things that work very, very well. Okay. This was last night. He was sitting by himself. I don't know why. I left him at the table. My mom and sister were shopping at the Cracker Barrel because all the other restaurants were busy. I think it was Roosters was jam-packed. I heard that was a good one. So if you have any good recommendations for dinner tonight, let us know. But we went to Cracker Barrel. You see it says, caption this Cracker Barrel photo. I think for about 6 straight years, I have posted random photos of him, new or old, anything in between, and all I did was put caption this photo. And you go, that's stupid, or oh, that's kind of funny, right? It doesn't matter how you look at it. I look at it as it's content that's gonna drive more awareness to who he is. So I'm sure you have a lot of videos from old, and I'm sure you got a lot of old pictures of yourself that you'd go, holy cow, look at me. I'm a good looking young buck, right? You could literally steal what I just showed you, and if you have no ideas of what to do, right, caption this photo. All right, let's see how many people commented on this photo. 25 people, okay. There'll be sometimes that there's 200, sometimes 500, sometimes none. It doesn't matter to me. Obviously more is better, that's great. All right, So a little bit, all the platforms, obviously there's eligibility for monetization and such. So I will share some things I normally don't share besides family, friends. We make money on Facebook. We do very well. We're monetized on TikTok, we're monetized on YouTube, we're monetized on Facebook, and then we're monetized on Instagram, all from just posting a lot, right? Facebook pays the best. It's not even close. You can talk about all the YouTubers in the world you want. If they put more effort into Facebook, they would probably make more. YouTube is the king of long-form videos. There's no question about that. Does everybody, raise your hand if you have a YouTube account for your page or your personal self or something like that? Okay, everybody's got YouTube. What does everybody go to YouTube for? To search something. Or to binge watch some guy in Alaska that sleeps in the cold and kills grizzly bears with his hands, right? Whatever it is, or how to. So if you do a lot of how-to videos and you're very educated on your product or topic, that's a great platform to obviously do, all right? You can also put that on Facebook because a lot of people like how-to videos just because they scrolled past it. They're not searching for it on Facebook though, that's the difference. So how I word a video on YouTube is gonna be just slightly different on Facebook. Facebook, it's gonna be real time, people scrolling past it. YouTube's gonna be a little bit longer term game, right? So, a little bit back to the Facebook then. Yes sir, what you got?
Do you do hashtags on your posts?
Okay, this gentleman asked about, do I do hashtags on my post? Hashtags do matter to a certain degree. I know a lot of the platforms have limited them. TikTok recently down to 5. It used to be like 30 or something. Instagram used to be a whole bunch. Now it's down to 5. I noticed that this morning. So they must have just made that change. The AIs of the world are getting so much better now that you can actually be a little bit more lazy on not using as many. I would be more mindful of being more generic with your hashtags now versus being specific. So if you're in fishing, I would tag hashtag fishing every time. Outdoors, something more generic towards that gauge because the algorithm can recognize a little bit more about what you do anyways now. They do matter. To certain sponsors, they matter more than others. I know Mercury Marine has their own hashtag Mercury Partner, and they have their team that looks at the, like who's posting and who's not type of deal. So there's value in hashtags if you want to be a little bit more organized for searching for certain topics. Oh, that brings me to a good point. Did anybody get a notification from Coots Lures commenting on their page at all this last couple days on Instagram or Facebook? Did you all post about this show this week on Facebook? Okay, on Instagram at all? Okay, I went and this is what I did. This is how crazy, wired, weird I am. I went to every Instagram post, every one of them, that tagged hashtag National Fishing Expo, I think Columbus, maybe hashtag National Fishing Expo, and I commented, can't wait to see you there. Most people have never heard of us. You saw that? So one guy, all right, that's the hand-to-hand combat I'm talking about. Even if it's not 100, one guy saw it, there's probably people that are setting up, they're like, who the hell is this Coots Lure? But now they're gonna recognize us, and they're probably gonna stop by our booth because of it. So I was ahead of the game, and I did it on Facebook as well. Okay, sometimes I couldn't find maybe how you did it because maybe you didn't do a good job of how to find you, right? That's what I'm trying to teach today, is how to be more relevant in a very complicated space. But simplicity is the answer, really. Okay, so let me go to the monetization. So before I kind of show you, this is not boastful, this is not bragging. We don't usually share this information. Don't think that my father's rich or anything like that. Obviously, there's a lot of boat gas money that he burns and all the adventures he takes me on. So I just post so much that we've done very well on Facebook. Reels are where it's at. You know, videos are, here's another thing, if you want to take a nugget away, videos are more valuable than photos. It's not even close. Videos are harder to come by. The number one reason why people don't post is they're insecure. Right? They don't like how they sound, they don't like how they look, the lighting's not good, I see you laughing about that, my hair wasn't ready, my makeup wasn't ready. It does not matter. I don't know this gentleman at all with the nice beard. He probably is like, this beard could be a little bit better trimmed up today for this show. But guess what? I appreciate that he's got a nice beard. But he doesn't know what I think. Same thing on the internet. So if you post shit, you're going to get a lot of both sides of things, right? Okay, so a little demonetization. There is certain criteria. So right now, in July, we made $3,507. So remember I said the content I do this weekend is more valuable than the show? Well, if we sell more than that, that's really good too, you know? But that's just from posting pictures and videos and writing words on the internet, okay? Obviously, there's certain eligibility to be monetized and such. We've had really good months, we've had really bad months. It really depends on how much effort I put into it, right? YouTube, you gotta have 4,000 hours. TikTok, you gotta have 10,000 followers. They all have their criteria, but Facebook is the easiest entry point and they pay the most. Why is Facebook paying the most? Because they're competing with TikTok, they're competing with YouTube. They're just trying to, yes sir?
Monetization, is that one page?
That is one page. I have many different pages. I have a lot of different stuff. I don't want to disclose a whole lot. Obviously, I do well on everything. I don't know. I work at a gym, so it kind of works out pretty well. I get all my stuff done, and anything extra I have time for, I can put a little bit more effort. Obviously, you guys might not have that time. Family, kids. I got 2 kids at home. I used to, before I had my wonderful kids, I got a 4-month-old daughter and then a 4-year-old little boy. Before they came to this world, I would post late night, early morning all the time. Okay, everybody used to always ask, what's the best time to post? And I go, right now. Right freaking now, as much as you can humanly possibly do. The internet is big, right? The ocean is big. So your one post a day, it's okay. I'd say if you get to 50 a day, now we're talking. That takes a whole different level of mindset because there's a lot of days that I don't like doing, I don't post 50 times every day, but there are days I've done a lot, okay? Since we're talking about monetization though, the Facebook minimum, I'm paid on my personal page, so I don't know. I think it's, their criteria is different.
I started one page a couple weeks ago, and I got monetized the day of, with like 3 followers.
Yeah.
And then my one that's got like 87,000, I can't get monetized since twice.
So Facebook is a little bit different, but just remember, this is not doing it for the money, love. It just turned into that type deal. My mindset is never, how much money can I make on Facebook? I will never piss and moan about if Facebook demonetizes us. I won't get mad if TikTok flagged us for 5 unoriginal content videos and I could have been very upset, and I go, I'm playing their game. I'm on their free platform. I cannot be mad about that. I'm advertising for free. Talking about advertising, I have never spent $1 on advertising on our page. 0, nada. Okay? The reason why I don't is because if I post more, I'm going to reach more anyways, right? If you're paying for a boost, that's just a lazy way to get more attention. Which it works, it does. Facebook is really good at recognizing that. But if you just use some of these tactics I showed you today, you'll do better anyways. And you'll get a better audience because you built more trust with those people. Because a lot of times when somebody runs an ad, they'll get a lot of like bad leads in general. Who has ever done a giveaway for their content? Okay? Was it a pain in the ass? Did you get a lot of, it was not a pain in the ass? I think it's a pain in the ass, and I'll tell you why. When you do giveaways, it used to be a great thing. I'm talking like relatively now, because of spam and such like that and fake accounts. What happens nowadays when you do a giveaway, you do hashtag giveaway, tag, like, share this, you get a lot of bad audience. You get a lot of young bucks that just want some free shit. So there's no value, okay? I sell personal training. I sell an idea to get healthy. The idea of getting healthy is a very expensive thing, okay? Then I have members that get a free gym membership. Sorry if you're one of those people, because there's a lot of them. Free memberships are great for those people, but those free gym memberships never get results. It's all what you put into it. So my best clients are the ones that pay the most. So if you do giveaways, you're getting an audience that just wants some free stuff from you. You're gonna spend more money on getting all that free product, and you're gonna actually probably burn a hole in your pocket. You might get 10 more followers out of it. I just showed you that doesn't really matter anymore. It did used to, okay? Just know it did change. Giveaways are a very nice thing to do, though, I will say. They are a nice thing if you're a very kind human being, which we've given some things. But the best thing I've heard in the last year or so is strangers make you rich. I don't remember my friends ever trying to pay for any of our clothing. They all want that shit for free. And they're my best friends. They'll call me out, right? But they're not gonna make me do well as a business guy, right? Okay, let me show you some examples of some monetization since I was talking about, so shares do not make you money, just so you know. Okay, so this photo had 20 comments, 3 shares last night. I'm gonna go to the insights. This is where things are interesting to me. We lost 4 followers out of that. Hell yeah. I love when I see that we lose followers. It makes me extra chippy, okay? We made $1.88. Now, if you times that by 50 posts a day, that shit adds up, right? A photo that took 2 seconds to do. I can snap photos of all your booths today, which is gonna help you. You're gonna share it, I'm gonna make money on that. You see how that works? That's good business, because not only our audience is promoting you, you're gonna share it to your friends, they're gonna like it, they're gonna comment, hey, there's Jim. Ah, shit, I missed it this weekend, right? Okay, what I find the most interesting, other than the making the money part, is you see where it says there was 10,000 views on that photo. Okay, so 10,000 people saw that. Imagine if 10,000 people were in this room right now. You go, holy shit, there's a lot of people here. Okay, there's not many people here. On the internet, they're there. Okay, our audience of whatever I said, over 200, 54% of our followers saw it, 45% of non-followers saw it. So you see what I'm saying about interest media? So half the audience follows us, half of them don't. And I look at every single post. So written form, photo, and video are all gonna be different on that reach on audience versus non-followers. So I'll show you that right here. So that was a photo. Let me see if I can pull up a video. So shares, like I said, don't make money. They just help support other people. Okay, no. This is how much we posted yesterday, by the way. This is just yesterday. Okay, this is a written text question. Being in Ohio and not fishing in Erie is kind of sad, ... help me be more positive. Okay, to me that's hilarious. To me, because I'm like, we're in Ohio and we're not fishing. It's sad, okay? So I wrote that. It's not a photo, it is a photo, but it's a written text that I put a background to it. Because the colors drive people, right? There's different colors that I try with different written text. I've noticed red works well, black works really well on like, send me your fishing photos. Different colors you'll learn do better than others. But a lot of times I'll do the alphabet. Name something that starts with an A, fishing related, all the way to Z. So now I have 26 posts written, lots of engagement. And then I learn things from people as they comment. That's another thing you look into is what people are talking about. Okay, this photo, the analytics, and I know it's already 10:22, so I want to do a little bit of Q&A. Okay, so this written photo, 72% of people that do not follow us saw that post. You see why that matters? 72% of people that don't follow us saw that post. And that reached 12,000 people, not as much or a little bit more than the other. Of that, 30% were men. I like the graphics because it shows men, women, etc. We got 1 follower out of that. Hell yeah, right? We didn't lose 4, so we're to 3. Okay. Okay, so just in closing, let me just show you one thing. So I have a Stan store, which looks like this. It's called stan.store/WatchWilliams, okay? I created a free Facebook course. Basically, I showed you a lot of what I talked to about today. But if you enter your name and your email, and you hit grow now, you'll get this PowerPoint right here, which I did not go through at all, for free. So kind of hinting at a lot of things that I talked to, but it'll look like this, and you'll get an email PDF, and you can send that to people you know and all the things, okay? So stand, store. So it's right there, stan.store/watchwilliams. Okay, any questions? Yes, sir, what you got?
Do you ever feel like if you post too much, you burn your audience out?
Never. Okay, so this gentleman asked, do you post, if you feel like you post too much, do you burn out your audience? Okay, I'm scrolling at night, and I love Kevin Hart, or I love Kill Tony, which is a comedy show. Do you think I'm ever gonna give a shit that I see more of him? Do you have favorite football players? Everything you see of that guy, you want more of. You want, either you love or hate LeBron James. You want more or you want less of them. You can decide if you want to mute them too. You are in full control of your device. That's what people don't understand, is like, you can't burn out an audience. If you start doing different things, Coot's Kitchen, different clothing, different things, it keeps people engaged. It's more the creativity is the true unlock. So if you play with AI, you can make funny things. Entertainment is valuable to people because it's escapism. Why do people go see movies? Why do people go on TikTok all day? Because they want to escape their reality of whatever they're doing, right? So you can never post too much. If you post more, you're going to see numbers like that, and you're going to be very happy and very proud of yourself that you put in that level of effort and got that return. I have a buddy, I don't know if you guys seen, let me show him real quick. I'll support him real quick. Right here. And I'm sure some of you guys have seen it.